On the seventh day, God had finished his work of creation, so he rested from all his work. And God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy, because it was the day when he rested from all his work of creation. Genesis 2 verses 2 and 3. Remember to observe the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. You have 6 days each week for your ordinary work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath, day of rest, dedicated to the Lord your God. On that day, no one in your household may do any work. This includes you, your sons and daughters, your male and female servants, your livestock, and any foreigners living among you. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and everything in them. But on the seventh day he rested. That is why the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and set it apart as holy. Exodus 20 verses 8-11. Why is the seventh-day Sabbath related to creation? How does this connection impact how we keep the Sabbath? It is precisely because God ended his works of creation that he instituted the Sabbath. The seventh-day Sabbath is therefore the expression of our faith that God finished his work then, and that he found it very good. To keep the Sabbath is to join with God in the recognition of the value and beauty of his creation. We can rest from our works just as God had rested from his. Sabbath keeping means saying yes to God's very good creation, which includes our physical bodies as well, contrary to some ancient and modern beliefs. Nothing in Scripture, Old or New Testament, denigrates the body as evil. That's a pagan concept, not a biblical one. Instead, Sabbath keepers are grateful for God's creation, which includes their own flesh. And that is why they can enjoy the creation and why they take care of it. The Sabbath, which marks the first end of human history, is also a sign of hope for suffering humankind and for the groaning of the world. It is interesting that the phrase "finish the work" reappears at the end of the construction of the sanctuary. Exodus 40 verse 33. And again, at the end of the building of Solomon's temple, 1 Kings 7 verses 40 and 51. Both places where the lesson of the gospel and salvation had been taught. After the fall, the Sabbath, at the end of the week, points to the miracle of salvation, which will take place only through the miracle of a new creation. Isaiah 65 verse 17. Revelation 21 verse 1. The Sabbath is a sign at the end of our human week that the suffering and trials of this world will have an end as well. This is why Jesus chose the Sabbath as the most appropriate day to heal the sick. Luke 13 verses 30 and 16. Contrary to whatever traditions the leaders were stuck in, by the Sabbath healings Jesus pointed the people, and us, to the time when all suffering, all pain, all death will be over, which is the ultimate conclusion to the salvation process. Hence, each Sabbath points us to the hope of redemption. How by resting on the Sabbath day are we experiencing the rest and salvation that we have in Jesus now, and that will be fulfilled, ultimately, in the creation of the new heaven and new earth.